See somebody watching it live on their device.
Right, I had to cut the music. I had to mute it.
What up, though, people? It's your man Prophet, and this is another episode of Let's Talk About on the Real Ish Radio Network. This week, we got another special guest. Lately, we've been doing a lot of people that I know personally, which is a great thing, just to see people I know winning. And this week, I got Thomas L. Harris, actor, director, producer, all around good guy on the show. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? You got it, man. You know, we go way back, man. We go way back. Go
Yes,
back
sir.
to
Yes.
my ninth grade year in high school.
Yes,
See,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. You was the hoop. You was the hoop. Well, you was the hooper.
Yeah, you know, I'm living a different life now, but it's all the same. It's
Yes,
all the
sir.
same.
Yeah.
But look, we're gonna jump right into it because it ain't about me today. It's about you. So I just want to, let people know your story and get it out to the people because that's what we're doing. Let's talk about it. We got multiple podcasts on the network, but this particular show is to give people their flowers while they're here and just to congratulate you and show we love on the accomplishments that you have already gained and the future ones to come.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anytime. So I want to start off and give people a little background about you because I know you kind of grew up in Ecorse a little bit and in Arizona. Mm-hmm. So how to meshing both of those areas combine into building who you are?
So it's crazy because I spent my childhood in Phoenix and in Detroit. So my dad lived here and my mom lived in Arizona. So we were, back and forth. So like I said, ninth grade year in high school, I went to Rouge. You know what I'm saying? I went to Rouge High School, ninth grade year. And then I went back to Arizona and finished high school there. And then I came back home to start college here, and I just been here ever since. So I mean, it's two different. I mean, it's two different worlds for sure. Two different environments, Definitely. 2 different lives, 2 different. It's just different. Everything's different in Arizona than it is in Detroit. So it's 2 different, whole ways of living. So I feel like I was able to get a great exposure of different ways of cultures and lives by being able to come to both and grow up in both environments. Like, my dad lived on Wyoming in 96 for years. Still got friends to this day from over there. My mom's family grew up in Ecorse. My dad's family grew up in Rouge. I got cousins in Southwest Detroit. So, it I was benefited. I mean, it was beneficial for me to be able to experience both, cities because they're totally different cultures. If you've ever been to Phoenix, you know what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah,
totally
it's definitely different. It's definitely different. But I just noticed that being in 2 separate places, it definitely help you adapt. And I guess for your career as being being an actor, it definitely helps because you can draw from different characteristics of different people that you met, as far as on both sides, because you definitely meet there's totally different people everywhere. So being able to spend years in different places, I'm sure helps in character development.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I was able to, see so many different, I take, a lot of people take from their childhood, the experiences they have in their childhood. So, I was able to, be around cultures that in Arizona aren't here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I was able to be around a lot of different cultures in Phoenix. Phoenix is like a melting pot. So I was able to experience that. So yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. Even when I'm writing, I'm able to pull from, those experiences of growing up and having that diversity.
Definitely. Diversity definitely helps in what you're doing. So how old were you when you caught the acting bug or you knew that this is something you wanted to do? Was it something that was early or something that you got into later on in life?
No, I mean, I always was I was always a clown, man. I got voted class in high school. I was a goofy kid, always silly, always, the jokester or the life of the party or the, all of that my whole entire life. But I didn't take it serious until I got out of high school and I kind of didn't know what I wanted to do. And so my uncle, who was an actor here for many, many years, he pushed me into that direction and was like, you should try this, try acting, just try it until you figure out what you want to do. Go, do some acting courses at Wayne County. He knew a guy that was teaching acting over there. So I went over there and did it and did like my first stage play there. And when I did it, I remember just feeling that adrenaline rush that excitement, that feeling like, oh yeah, this is it. This is what I'm finna do for the rest of my life. So I transferred over to Wayne State and entered into their theater program, and that's where I studied there for like 6-7 years. I was there from like '03 to 2009 or 10 or something like that. And that's just been the way it's been since.
Cool, cool. So so theater and film, I know it's totally different. Which one you think you get the most satisfaction out of?
They're two different. They're two different things. You know what I'm saying? Theater is where I come from. That's the where I started, and that just it's a different feeling. That's like my first love. Like theater is just it's no feeling like it's live on stage, no feeling like being on stage live. You know what I'm saying? Like that adrenaline rush. There is no second takes, ain't no cut, ain't none of that. It's you up there, you in the mix, and you got to get it done.
Definitely,
But
definitely. Ain't no redos in live theater.
no, ain't no redos. Ain't no hold on, man. I got to go back and do that line again. Like, no, hell no. You better keep going. So I think but in film, I love doing film. It's nothing like being able to do a certain shot, or you can do these chase scenes, or there's so much you can do in film. It's how you can bring things to life on the camera. Like, so I love them both the same. It's just different.
Definitely, definitely. So what do you think to you was the either the film or the play that you feel like you hit your stride, or you knew that, okay, this is it?
Probably back in college when I did a play called Adventures of a Black Girl. And I had one of the leading roles in it, and I had to play like a 70-year-old, 75-year-old man. And I remember just going to rehearsal, because rehearsal was 6 weeks then. So 6 weeks, Monday through Friday, 3 hours a night, sometimes on Saturdays. And I just remember just putting so much time and work, and even when we didn't rehearsal, I was working on it. I was just going hard. And I remember that my uncle, who was a very tough critic on me, so he never really, sugarcoated nothing. Like, he didn't say, good job, like you did, Cole. Like, he didn't do that. Like, all my mom and all them was like, oh my God. But he always was a hard critic. But it was always a benefiting critic. Like, he would tell me what I did wrong and how to fix it. And so I remember after that play, he came and seen it, and I just remember him saying, now you got it. Like, there you go. Now we good.
So
And
that
that was the
stamp of
first time
that stamp of approval was good for you.
Bet. Like, when he gave me that approval, it was like, of all people, he was the one that I really would go to after every show and ask him, how did I do? What did I do? And that was the one. He was like, good job, you rolling. And I was like, bet.
Definitely. That's always good, especially somebody that you look up to and respect, show you
Yeah.
love, or give you that nudge, because sometimes that's what you need. So
Yeah.
far as like, okay, you're doing the theater, what made you jump into directing? Because I remember you was doing videos, you was doing shorts.
Mhm.
So what made you
Yeah.
jump on that side of the camera?
So when I had left theater, when I had left theater school, I should say, we had started doing plays for a while, and they really weren't successful at all. But we loved doing it. We was just trying to get our name out there, trying to work. And I ended up, a friend of mine's at the time ended up introducing us to BZ Jones and Moolah Films, who's Moolah Films now. But BZ Jones and Moolah Films were partners back then. They had a company called TNB, and they used to film, videos to, in the city and all that. And we had came to them like, yo, let's try to make a movie, and they were like, yeah, let's do a movie. So they're like, we gonna bring, we got the cameras, we do this, and like, well, we got the acting, we got the script, and we came together and we started trying to shoot a movie. The movie never panned out, it never came out, but that was the point when I made the transition into film. At that point when I got my first like taste of what it's like to be on set, what it's like to film. Like, it was like, oh, this, I'm doing this. This is what I want to do right here. So I still did both. I still did theater when I could, but I also did the film was when films took off for me. That's when I started to transition over. Because I was doing, like you said, I was doing music videos first, because while we were in the wintertime, we would shoot a lot of music videos, like a lot of music. Like, it was like music video every single day. We were shooting music videos, and I would write treatments to them, put a storyboard to them, make it a story or whatever. And then I'd go and act in them, or I'd get somebody to act in the actual videos. And then now you got like everybody wanted storyboarded videos, not storyboard, but treatments to videos where it's like a story to it, a script, they act it out. It's like a 7-minute video, and that's kind of how I got behind the camera. Was from doing videos like that.
Dope. So what was the first movie that you did?
First movie I ever did was called Concrete. Concrete was the first movie I ever did. It never came out. It never
came out?
Never came out. We shot a trailer. We actually shot the whole movie, put a trailer out. Trailer did great. And then we had to do some things where we had to come back the following year and reshoot it again because we had lost some files, or people dropped out of the project, and it just a bunch of stuff was going on. We had to reshoot it, and we came back and reshot it again for another summer. Then more people dropped out, more things happened. So we came back for the third year, and it was like it ain't happening, and it never came out.
So what was the first one that actually made it out?
211. 211 was
okay.
that ever actually made it out. And that was Murder Pain, God rest his soul, Fast Life, Forever Fast Life Tale, Shamar Avery, and them three were the first ones to come out with and it was 211. I remember the premiere was crazy. It was nuts. It was like 800-900 people there, man. We had never seen nothing like that before. It was like, dang, it was just crazy. But it was a great experience, a great turnout, and it helped propel us, into even going harder and making more films and doing more films.
Yeah, exactly. Because I know to follow, I pretty much followed all y'all films. So I know y'all did 211. Also did 5-0, Buffed Up. You know what I'm saying? So y'all kept it rolling, and y'all got the new one, the latest one on McGraw Ave is a smash. Yeah. I mean, I watched the whole first season on the plane.
Oh, did you like it?
Oh man, I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the next part, man. I'm hoping the release date is soon. Power just went off. I need something else to watch.
Thanks. Thanks, man. No, yeah, we working on. We getting ready to gear up to shoot season 2, actually in March. So this fall, we looking for it. Fall.
Yeah, y'all definitely did your thing with that, man. Much respect to you and the whole cast. So what other projects do you got on the floor? I noticed you've been doing Clubhouse. I've been seeing that. I've been seeing you doing acting tips. So let's talk about that. I see you on your give back.
Yeah. So I do a lot of like teaching. I do teaching. It's MFAA, Moolah Films Actors Association, and we teach classes every year to, I wanted to be able to help out in the way the best that I could, and give a lot of this knowledge that I learned in school that I paid a lot of money for. That I want to be able to just my biggest thing is I don't want people to trip over the same hurdles that I did. If I can help that, I don't want y'all to do that. So what I just try to give back as much knowledge and opportunities that I can for people to just be able to do better than I did. Because when we came in, it wasn't really much help out there. We kind of had to just learn on our own. We kind of had to take the mistakes and the hiccups and the trips and the falls and get back up and keep doing it on our own. So I just want to give that back to people, because there's people out here that want to act and just don't know how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's people that want to get into it, that are into it, and just don't know how to maybe excel and get better. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a void, or the knowledge is always kept to a certain group of people that you got to pay this enormous amount of money. And it's like, I don't want, because that can really stop people from chasing their dreams when it becomes so hard to obtain the knowledge to be able to get to a certain skill set. You know what I'm saying? Certain people don't know it's books you can actually read that helps you become a better actor, that explains things. There's workshops. Some people don't even, some people just don't know to just get up and go do it. Just go and get on set and start getting your experience that way. I can't tell me how many times somebody has been on set and had a small speaking role, and it turned out to be a big role. And now they're in films consistently. So a lot of people just don't know that, because sometimes the information isn't shared. So my biggest thing is,
we definitely in our community don't share information. So I feel the same way on a lot of people that I help start podcasts or start a clothes t-shirt business. I told a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, I took the hit so y'all can duck. So you on the same tip is like you learned something and now you're trying to give it back, which is a good thing, because a lot of opportunity is missed because some of us are just lack of information, for one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
So lack of information is a big deal, especially in our community, because we learn
mhm.
we already, you know, saying a step behind because the information was never shared from where it was coming from. Then once our people do get it, we never give it on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so that was one of the biggest things for me is just being able to help. Like I just want to be able to just to help, you know what I'm saying? Because I know how long a helping hand can go. You know what I'm saying? I know how much it can help because, I mean, there were times when I had a helping hand in school. Somebody helped me. Um, and even in all our mistakes we made and all our falls in filmmaking in the beginning, here and there, we would get somebody that would give us something that would help us. So it's just about I don't believe in you obtaining all the knowledge and you keeping it to yourself. I believe that you gotta help the next generation be better than you were.
Definitely. That is huge. That is huge. So, where if I'm an actor, an up and coming actor, or trying to be an actor, how do I connect with you or connect with your program?
So you just hit us up, you can hit me up on my social media, which is Thomas L. Harris on pretty much all my platforms. You can go to MFAA, which is Moonlight Films Actors Association on Instagram, and just inbox, hey, I want to get into acting. They'll direct you in the right way. If we got classes going on right now, or if they're looking for extras on set for a film project or a series we're doing, or if they're looking for, we're doing auditions, like that's a start right there. That was a start there.
Definitely. Now, going through, we just stepping into a new year. This last year was crazy for everyone.
Yeah,
So, how
yeah,
did
well.
COVID-19 affect you personally and as professionally in the industry that you're in?
Well, me personally, I definitely lost some people that were, we knew. So, we felt that part of it. And then personally, on another side of it, I think that during the lockdown, I was able to get a lot closer to my family. I was able to, you know, build a even better relationship with my sons, because I film a lot. I'm always gone. I'm always, on the move, you know what I'm saying? So just having to sit down and not do anything, we were able to have a lot of um, time together.
Yeah. That was
Especially
definitely that person that rips and run. This definitely was something that was needed a slowdown because I'm the
yeah,
same way. So that
yeah,
I got my family got tighter and closer because
yeah.
we spent more time together because we didn't have to
Mhm.
run and the ripping to do.
Exactly.
So that's definitely was a plus. Now, as far as business wise and filming, I'm sure you had to stop everything you were doing.
Yeah, everything stopped. So we weren't able to film nothing in 2020. We just couldn't, it just was too risky. Um, it was so much, going on, protocols, and it was just too much of a risk. It was too high risk to do it. So we pushed everything back to 2021. But we had already had films being released in 2020 anyway. So we released my second film that I directed, which was The Mule, starring Jay Will and Sino
Okay.
Harris. We released McGraw Ave, which starred myself, Murder Payne, Shamar Avery, Shorty Rich, Sino Harris, Lance Whittington, and many, many more, many, many more. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I caught the mule on Tubi, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, it's on Tubi. Yep.
Yeah, I think I caught it on Tubi. On the plane, I was had doing a lot of flying back and forth, and that's what I do. I watch movies on the
Yeah,
plane. So definitely,
yeah,
man, that's good that y'all had something in the tuck to keep people fed for
mhm,
2020 because y'all had to
yeah,
stop.
yeah, yeah. That was we was blessed to be able to um have that product available. Yeah, because McGraw Ave actually was shot in 2017, and we
Wow.
stopped production on it. So we stopped production on it.
Hmm.
Um, we just didn't go through with it. And then in 2000 and what was it? The fall of 2019, we came back and we actually finished it. We shot it all, and then we went ahead and released it in 2020.
That's dope. It's definitely dope, and like everybody, like people fucking with it because I get a
Yeah,
lot of calls from my people from college and I different state. Man, what up, though? What's up on McGraw Ave? Like they all hip to, it, and this is crazy
yeah,
because you know what I'm saying. It's not just a Detroit thing now. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, yeah. It's crazy because like you said, it's just not a Detroit thing. Um, but it was what I think what the biggest shock for me was when Shaq.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. That was a good
yeah,
look.
when Shaq called us, I think we were all like, I mean, this is Shaq. I mean, who didn't grow up as a little kid watching Shaq play, Shaq and Kobe? Like, who didn't? You know what I'm saying? It's Shaquille O'Neal. Like, we were all starstruck, but we were so grateful and blessed to be able to make a product that somebody um, like Shaq, loved it, and just the people loved it. The people that the film represents loves it. So we were just blessed to be able to just make a product, a series that was respected and loved the way it is.
Yeah, that's definitely dope, man. Like I say, a lot of people have been hitting me up from different states and that know I'm from Detroit. So they'd be hey, what's up with this film? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, my man, the cop, that's my guy. And that's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? To see the people bringing this. Yeah, Hampton University.
Yeah, that's Virginia, ain't it?
Yeah, Virginia. Yeah. So a lot of people reached out. A lot of my college people reached out. Then I went to JUCO in Ohio, so a lot of my people from Toledo reached out too. It was crazy. Okay. I was like a proud moment. Like, yeah, but they could do this thing. Everybody recognizing it. So this definitely was a good look, and definitely people waiting on that season 2. Y'all got to get that thing cooking because people want it.
Yeah, it works. We coming.
People are definitely. So how does somebody say if like script development? So you do. So say if somebody had a script or idea. Is it possible they can come to you and y'all can team up to develop it? How does that process work?
So we're in the process right now of doing something called picture film. So it's in the early stages right now, but it'll be a process where people can come to us and actually pitch their film. And they'll have the opportunity to put their idea or their film in front of us and see where we can go with it. So it's coming very soon.
That's dope. That's definitely giving people opportunities because I know there's a lot of people that got ideas and they don't have the next step to put it in, bring it to life. You know what I mean? So with y'all having everything else on that side, maybe that definitely can help some new ideas and new creativity because with all this downtime people had for 2020, a lot of people been being creative. A lot of people started new businesses. It's a lot of new activity and new energy. So linking up with some people that can make the next step of that happen would definitely be dope.
Yes, it's a lot. I think COVID opened up a lot of people's entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? People sat back and really was able to put time and effort into their actual dreams of, their businesses or their clothing line or whatever they wanted to do, their aspirations, because work was on hold. There was no work. So now you can sit back for 8-9 hours and actually focus on your actual dream of making being a chef, a chef, or being a clothing designer, or whatever it is that you wanted to do. You can now sit back and actually focus on it because you don't have to go to your 9 to 5. And a lot of people launched a lot of businesses in 2020.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you cancel the deaths, which was definitely the worst part of the COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to take, find out the good of it, that was, I would think, the biggest plus is having more time for your family because you're not chasing and ripping and running and, having a chance to chase your passion or your dream or even realize that you had a passion because some people work so much, they don't even have the time to think of something. You know what I mean? So now you have the time to sit still, you can create.
Yeah, because it's crazy because like you said, you had that time with your family because I think what it did for me, like I said, we lost some people we knew, which was, it was rough, man. It was rough. I knew some guys, from the neighborhood that caught it and was like, man, I almost, lost my life. I was on a ventilator for 3 weeks, they were saying, and I was just talking to them. And they was like, it was unreal. You know what I'm saying? But it brought me to reality. Like, we gotta, every day has to be our best day on this earth because you just don't know.
You don't know. Because I didn't have to go to the hospital and wasn't on a ventilator, but I had it in March. And it was like 12 days, bro. 120, 102, 103 temperature, getting the chills, the shakes, can't taste nothing. I dropped 20 pounds in 2 weeks because I didn't eat anything. You know what I mean? It was crazy. So this 2020, like we're gonna do a 2020 year-end wrap-up podcast, and we're just gonna talk about everything that happened in the world and what happened personally. And it's just like my 2020, bro. If I told it to somebody that didn't know me, they'd think I'd be lying.
Yeah.
I couldn't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Back to back stuff. You know what I mean?
2020 was a rough year for us all. It was rough.
Our grandkids gonna be reading about this in the history books because this is something we never been through.
No, never. My grandkids will be asking me what was I doing during the pandemic of 2020. Man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna be crazy when they ask me that because it's like when we asked our grandparents, hey, what did you do? Did you when the civil rights movement was going on? Where were you at when Dr. Martin Luther King got killed? Where was you at? I was sitting on my porch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like, what were you
it's moments in history that you just know, you don't forget. It's like 9/11. Like, everybody know exactly where they was at 9/11.
I was in school. No, I was waking up, getting ready to go to school, my senior year in high school. I remember that. And my
See, I was in
mom,
college.
yeah, and my mom was like, yep. And she was just sitting there watching the TV, like, and that's when I saw. I'm like, dang. And I remember
Yeah.
school wasn't the same that day. It was just every class you went to, the news was on. Everywhere you went, it was like
Yeah,
school.
yeah. We was actually in the atrium, and I was in JUCO. We was in at Owens Community College in Toledo, and the first plane hit, and they pull. You know how when you in high school, they pull the TV out on the wheels. You know it's
Yeah, yeah.
movie day. You ain't about to do shit. They
Oh,
pulled
damn.
that out in the middle of the atrium.
You telling your age now? You telling
Hey,
your age?
I'm 40. I'm happy. A lot of people ain't
They
seen
had to
40.
pull it out on the big old screen TV and shit.
Hell yeah.
There was no flat screens. We ain't had no
No,
flat screens.
that's that
Yeah.
big back. That's that big back motherfucker. Hell
Yeah.
no. They pulled that out. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we watched the second plane hit.
Yeah.
And it was so
I
crazy.
saw
And then
the second one hit at school too. I was at school. Yep.
yeah, the world just shut down. And to make
Yeah.
it crazy, I believe it was like 3 weeks later, I was taking my visit to Hampton. Man, I was so paranoid on that plane. Oh my God.
I think everybody was
bro.
paranoid.
And then at that time, it was so many, like, not to say all Arabs are terrorists, but it was so many Arabs working at TSA when I was going through the thing. I'm sitting there like, shit, they go take, oh my God. That was the worst flight I ever been on in my life. I was so paranoid.
Yeah, I wasn't never paranoid that way because like growing up here, I already, I was around a lot of different cultures here. We have a big community here. So I was never
the biggest in the country.
Yeah, I was never really that way. I just was I just was like, how you never thought that could happen? Like, how could that happen? Like,
man, listen, I took a flight 3 weeks after 9/11.
Yeah.
Nah, I was paranoid. It was the first week of October. I flew to Hampton for my visit, and I was nervous. I'm not gonna even front. I was like, I'm looking at everybody. Man, that shit was crazy.
A year later or something like that. But yeah, I remember everybody was on pins and needles for a long time. Just like right now, when this pandemic is up and things kind of try to get back to normal, it's still gonna be, the people are still gonna be paranoid. People are still gonna be, if you cough, like people are gonna be, doing the look like, hold on, man.
It's crazy. You can't even cough anymore.
No, you can't. So it's gonna take time to get back to what it was, if it ever get back to that.
Yeah, hopefully soon, man. It's time to get back to it. This 2021. I mean, we all had that. Oh, it's 2020 vision. We ain't had no clue what we had in store. It was like since Kobe passed, it was all downhill from there.
Man, well, that slapped us in the face like it wasn't there. We shutting down for 3 weeks. Shutting down? I don't know the shutdown. What is a shutdown?
3 weeks turned to about 9 months.
What?
Yeah, that definitely. It's definitely a year for the books, man. But like I say, good thing is we made it through it. You know what I'm saying? Like we made it to 2021. A lot of people didn't come with us. So, rest up to everybody that we lost in 2020. And it was a lot. It was definitely a lot in 20. Even some not even COVID related, but it was just still a lot. I don't know. I know a lot of people die every year, but it seemed like 2020, a lot of people passed.
Yeah, it was just a lot.
It seemed like it was way more than regular for sure. So, but like I say, this to see the other side of it is cool, and now we definitely gotta keep it moving. And say 2021, like the normal is not back normal yet either way. But we gotta understand what the new normal is going to be.
Yeah, I just think people tired of it. They're like, man, fuck it, I'm going outside. I can't stay inside. I'm going out. I'm not doing this shit. Fuck that. So I think they're just tired. Like you've been in the house damn near what? It'll be a year in what? March?
Yeah, because it shut down mid March.
It's like people like, man, I'm ready. No, I can't. Nah, fuck that. I got to get some fresh air. You can't be mad at him though. I can't be mad at him.
Yeah, man, you go crazy at one point of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's good on one end, but you still need your sanity to get out the house and to move around, especially if that's the lifestyle you had.
Yes.
That's all you know. So
you got to get out. You have to.
So we just got to take it in stride and see how it's gonna come, man. You know what I mean?
It'll be all right, though. I think that we are more prepared for it now. I think that people are more cautious. They move a little different now. Because when it hit us out the blue, I think we just didn't know how to handle it because we had never seen nothing like it. But I think now, they're getting a hold of it. I think it'll be all right. I think 2021 will be definitely different than 2020 for sure. No question.
What's your take on the vaccine?
I ain't taking it. I don't really have a take. We ain't taking it. So, I mean,
I can respect that.
I'm not. I'm not gonna listen. I ain't taking it right now. I got to see people's a year from now, how they feeling. Let me know how you feel a year from now. Because I mean,
Yeah,
I ain't
I
no
definitely feel you on
I
that.
ain't no conspiracy theorist type of guy. I ain't never been like no type of person like that, but I ain't that trustworthy. Yeah, nah. You didn't got the vaccine in 6 months. That was fast
Yeah.
as hell. You know what I'm
Crazy
saying?
part about it is I got I got 3 doctors coming up on the next podcast, and
Yeah.
we're gonna discuss it. They all 3 took the first round.
Yeah, I
All
gotta
black doctors,
yeah, I gotta hear
all
that.
all of them in our age group
Yeah, I
between
gotta hear that. Because
37 and 40. Yeah.
Brother
So
Farrakhan, don't take the vaccine. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I ain't.
yeah, but see, but my thing about I'm like you, I'm kind of iffy on it. So the thing
Mhm.
I want them to do is to discuss it. You know what I mean? Just because to
Yeah,
hear, because we hear a lot of people, we getting our information from Facebook and memes and
yeah,
shit. They
sure,
don't know nothing about others. So I
sure,
want
yeah.
to talk to some people that has actual facts and
And now,
information on it,
yeah,
and then you take it from there. I'm not telling you to take it or not to take it, but I just
yeah,
want to have a place where I can get
yeah.
information.
Give me some clarity on it. I need some clarity on it. Like,
Yeah, because just in our brief conversations, I
yeah,
learned a lot. So I want
yeah,
to
like,
have a full-fledged conversation with those 3 doctors, and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live like we did this. We're gonna do it live
yeah.
on
I want to hear
Facebook
from
and YouTube.
people that study it, professionals that know what they're talking about. Yeah. What's
Yeah,
y'all
so
take?
that's we lining that up now. Hopefully it'll be next week. So we're trying to get that together now. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's definitely a lot. But
Oh,
I just
yeah.
hope we get a hold on this so we can get back to regular life
Yes, man.
and keep pushing. Our
Uh,
time already
like,
limited here, so we don't need to be sitting
man,
still too long.
you see, look, I didn't got COVID didn't mess my house up. I'm in my son's room. I'm in his room at my workspace. I got a wrestling picture in the back. Always on the TV. I'm sitting here doing. I know people like, what the hell? Like, no, in my son's room, but they didn't push me out of my room. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's crazy. It's
So
crazy.
how's your son affected with the homeschooling?
It's tough. It's tough because I taught. You know what I'm saying? I was basically, if anybody was a substitute teacher or parapro in the inner city, you know that you were basically a teacher. Basically, you taught. So I me and my wife both kind of just we taught, but it's like it ain't the same when them kids is in the classroom getting that attention from the teacher who's actually delivering the actual assignments and explaining how to do it, and it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, and then it's still new because it's something
Yeah.
that like your kid, like my kid was already in K-12. She was in Michigan Great Lakes Virtual Academy. She's already on the online school, and it's already had structure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now a
Yeah.
lot of the kids are just getting thrown into it because
Um,
also the teachers because it's a new thing
yeah.
to them. So it's
Yeah.
definitely not going. It's definitely I didn't think it would be a smooth transition.
Like, if you get a kid that's behind in person, imagine what he's going to be behind on virtual when he gets done with virtual. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Like if he's behind in person and then he's not getting that attention that he needs directly from y'all, what you think is going to happen when you know what I'm saying? When he comes back to in person, he's going to be even further behind, or she's going to be even further behind. So I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But I understand it. It has to. It's no other. Sometimes there's no other choice. But I think there's no better learning experience than in person.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, man, I want to appreciate you taking your time out to kick it with us, chop it up with the people. I want you to run down all your social media handles so they can know where to follow you and where to catch up with you and whatever upcoming projects you're about to release.
So Thomas L. Harris on all social media sites. We're getting ready to gear up for McGraw Ave season 2. We're filming in March. We're gearing up for several other movies that we're filming after McGraw Ave. And just check me out tonight at 8 p.m. if you got Clubhouse. Log on. Thomas L. Harris. How to brand yourself as an actor. We're gonna be in the room discussing that with several other people. Check for my content every week. My tips with Coach. Or tips from Coach, I should say. Where I just give advice on certain things, from monologues to acting to, anything. So check me out, check that on my social media sites. And that's it, man. Thank you, Rod. I
Definitely.
appreciate it. We go way
Man,
back, man. So I'm always, happy to see, you do your thing, man. I was supportive when you was doing your thing with the photos and the wedding. I remember, never forget. Let me tell this funny story, dog. I will never forget. I know you're gonna laugh if you remember this. We was in my cousin's basement. I say, Rod, this when you was doing the producing. you, Crutch, and who else was? It was you and Crutch was doing the producing. And I said, Rob, man, I want to make a rap music, a song. I want to rap. And we went and recorded in your house, man. Remember that?
Yeah, that was at my house in Ridge. Yeah.
That was the worst rap ever on earth. And that was the day my rap career ended. That was horrible. I remember that. You remember that?
Yeah, that was at the house in Ridge on Lenore.
Yeah, oh my God. I said, yeah, nah, this rap ain't for me. I'm gonna stick to acting. I said, wow, man, what you think? He said, all right. So,
man, that's hilarious, man. Yeah, we definitely got history, man. We're gonna always be rocking, man. And much success to you. Keep it going, man. You know, you always got my support. Everybody that's watching live on Facebook, we appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all like it and share it. If you're watching it on YouTube, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And this will be released tomorrow on all DSPs. It's on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all the DSPs, and also on the Real Ish Radio app. If you want to download the app for free, it's realishradiooapp.com. Works on iOS, works on the desktop, and it works on Android. So make sure y'all support the movement. And we'll hit y'all next week. We got some doctors coming up. We're going to talk about the COVID vaccine. And watch out for new shows on the podcast. I got a ladies podcast that's about to drop. We building the network up, man. It's going down. We appreciate the love and support. Like always, Thomas is always love. I appreciate you falling through. And we out of here. Talk about it.